Okay, so picking up where we left off with the last tutorial, what I'm going to do is make it so that the game is a little more difficult. So if you miss the balls, then it's going to take away lives. So what I've done here in my frame one, if I go to my frame editor, so I created lives here. And I'll delete those really quick just so I can show you how that is done. So I'm going to right click, go to Insert Object, go to Games on the left here, and choose Lives. Hit OK, and then hit the plus sign. And you can choose where to put those. Okay, so I've got my lives here. Now, in order for my lives to actually take effect, what I need to do is go back to my event editor. And I've just for future reference, I added those to frame 2, so those are already there. So I'm going to go to my event editor. I'm going to make a new condition, and I'm going to go to this ball first, go to position, test position of ball 1, and test to see if it leaves the bottom. I'm going to hit OK. And now if it leaves the bottom, I'm going to go over to the joystick here, right click here, and go to number of lives, subtract from number of lives. And it's going to subtract 1. So I'm going to hit OK. Now if I hit F7, let's go ahead and watch what happens. When that ball fell, you saw I lost a life. So when that gray one falls. Okay, so now I'm going to go make a new condition on this next ball, position, test position, leaving the bottom. Yes. Subtract from number of lives, just drag it down there. Do the same thing for the last ball, position, test position, leaving on the bottom, yes, and subtract number of lives. Okay, this is going to make the game very difficult. Now, if I just lose all my lives right now, nothing's going to happen. So I got to go to new condition, go to the joystick, and go to when number of lives reaches 0. Okay, now I'm going to have it go to a game over screen. So what I need to do is make a new frame. So I go click on my application, right click, new frame. I'm going to name it game over. And then I'm going to click on it. Oh, actually go to it up here. I always do that. Go to my frame editor. And I'm going to right click and go to insert object. And over on the left here, I'm going to go down to text. I'm going to choose string and hit OK. And if I just click here, I'm going to write game over. And of course, you're going to want to put a nice background in here and everything. And now if I double click on the text, I can make this box larger to accommodate bigger text. And go up to my text editor here. And I'm going to make this like 28 point. And I'll make it a funky font. Okay. And I can position it in there. And that's pretty good. Good for now. Okay. So now back to frame 1. To the event editor. And when number of lives reaches 0, I need to go to this little chess set and go to jump to frame and select frame 4, game over. Let's hit OK. Okay, so now what you can see is that when I run this, if I hit F7, it's not going to actually work. I got to do F8. That'll run the whole game and not just the single frame. And we'll let the balls fall, losing lives, and it hits game over. So that works. Now that's only existing in frame 1. And all of these right here are also only existing in frame 1. So I'm going to click on 12, hold shift on the keyboard, click on 15, and then right click on them and go to copy. Now I'm going to go to frame 2, right click over here on 12, go to paste, and now the same thing happens in this frame. So now basically I've got my game here set up. I've got it keeping score. I've got so the balls stay in the realm here. Ooh, that happened awfully quickly. How did that happen? I've got it so it changes levels automatically every 10 seconds. Ooh, that one ball just takes away 2. I must have made a mistake there. Is it this ball? Score. Number of lives. Subtract from number of lives. 1. That's in frame 2. Let's go back to frame 1. Something about that has made it very, very difficult. Subtract from number of lives. 1. Huh. Maybe these weren't set properly. Subtract from number of lives. 1. Oh, there's multiple instances of it in there. Okay, so if that ever happens, if you hover over the mouse here, you can see it's going to do that same thing 3 times. Let's go in here to delete and delete one of them. I'm not 100% sure how it. Well, I know how it added some of them, but because I just added them. Okay, so each one of those should just have one on frame one. We'll make sure it's got the same thing going on in frame two. It's a good little mistake to see. Okay, so now let's go ahead and run the game. Now, a single ball should only take away a single life, which seems to be what's happening. Okay, and that was 2 balls at once. Okay, good. So now for this game, for the project, I want you to create at least 3 levels. Make sure you've got custom backgrounds, different backgrounds for each level, and that you've got this game over screen and a high score screen. And you also need to create a screen at the beginning that's going to show you the rules of the game, the title of the game, and maybe some custom artwork with that as well. Okay? Thanks for watching.